Alright, let's go ahead and kick it. Good morning, everyone. Anyone who's watching this video. Today is 6:49 a.m. Doing a really early morning Mullen update video. Just because, well, kind of pretty much nothing really is happening in the overall market right this minute. So, you can go ahead and talk about some things. Firstly, for anyone who is watching this video, I just want to say thank you again for watching these videos. I really never expected to get as many people watching and also subscribe. I think I got 13 sexy subs, and I do appreciate that very, very much. I'm a small fish in a big pond that's been pulverized by Mullen, and I'm going to be... So a couple weeks ago, I started making these videos because I saw something big that could potentially be coming in Mullen. But every single time that I saw something big in Mullen, so guys, I don't know if it's really early. I've actually been up since 5 in the morning, but I'm definitely I'm not really tired. I'm already a cup of coffee deep. Let's go ahead and do some backpedaling even more. So, I found out about Mullen through this one YouTuber, Stock Martin. I ended up making a lot of money through Lucid, LCID in 2021. Actually, they were trading at ticker CCIV at the time. They did a reverse merger for the NASDAQ through a SPAC. Made a ton of money. Ended up buying Lucid once the merger went through and everything cooled off. My average was about like $25. And then they ended up getting as low as near like 20, which was heavily buying. I had well over 6 figures in Lucid around that price range. And then Lucid ended up peaking around $55. I did not sell. You're never gonna get in at the bottom. You're never gonna sell the top. I ended up selling my Lucid shares. I believe it was like late January of 2022, and I ended up I was up over 100% on my position. Amazing profits, absolutely phenomenal profits. And I was looking for other stocks to really get invested in. And Stock Martin on YouTube, I don't believe he makes YouTube videos even more. Maybe he does, but I'm not going to look him up this minute. Anyways, he made a video on Mullen. Because Mullen just apparently, I believe, went public. They did a reverse merger, I believe, also. And the stock ended up crashing from like $15 all the way down to, I believe, like 50 cents. So I don't know if that's the full extent. But anyways, I found out about Mullen when they were at like 50 cents back in 2022. It was the end of February, beginning of March. And I said, you know, hey, I am a EV bull. I believe that EV companies will be the future, but what it's playing out to be right now is that not every EV company is going to make it. Tesla, if there's one EV company to bet my money on, I would say Tesla, and I do currently have a position in LCID too. It's actually I'm holding a bag on LCID. But I'm dollar cost averaging down. But I have more faith in LCID, Lucid, because they're backed by the PIF. For anyone out there who doesn't know anything about Lucid, so I got into Mullen March 2022, and I was trading Mullen. I was investing in Mullen. I made so much money, because Mullen ran 700%. In March of 22 based on battery news. That's it. That's all they did. They ran, it was amazing. They would go up by 20-30% in one day, and then in after hours, they would go up by another 20-30%. It was awesome, man. Like, if you took like 10, 20 grand, like, oh my God, it was insane. But I ended up getting locked because I wasn't even a trader then. I was just a stupid moron that didn't know anything about technicals. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I made so much money in 2020 and in 2021 because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. The bull market, you could have bought anything. The bull market was going up. But anyways, I got locked up. I turned a trade into an investment. Big mistake. My average on Mullen back in March of 2022 was $4. I ended up dollar cost averaging down because they never got above $4. And I ended up selling my bag for a huge loss after the first reverse stock split, May of 2023. And ever since then, I've been day trading Mullen, swing trading Mullen a little bit. Whenever I day trade Mullen, I end up always walking away with a profit. Very rarely do I not. If I swing trade Mullen, it's really 50-50. And a couple weeks ago, I started making videos because I said, look, I see something very possible that can happen. It's a gigantic squeeze that could potentially happen. But every single time that I think, along with everyone, that something big is going to happen with Mullen, we get ass fucked. Because it comes down to one thing. In order for any stock to squeeze, the CEO plays the biggest fucking role. I'll say that again. The CEO plays the biggest role. You need the right news at the right time. We need collection of revenue. We need production news. We do not need fluff news. We do not need Mullen files for this. Mullen, we only it's been 4 months. Where is production news? Where is collection of revenue? Every single time that I thought David had something up his sleeve for shareholders, I've gotten fucked and I've lost money, and I'm not the same person. I am the same person. I know that I'm not alone. There we go. That's what I meant to say. I know that I'm not alone. I don't know anymore, guys. I recently bought back into Mullen. My average right now is $5.24. I'm holding a very small position. I only threw two grand into Mullen. I'm down it's a little over $450. I did have close to a $12,000 position in Mullen a couple weeks ago when I started making the videos, and then Mullen fell off a cliff, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? But this past week, I have been making very decent returns. Very decent returns on trading other stocks. And it really does break my heart. I mean, okay, firstly, making money in the stock market and other stocks, that does not break my heart. What breaks my heart is that I'm getting to the point right now where Mullen just seems like that bad girlfriend that you gotta let go. And if anyone out there watching this video does not know how to make money in the market because I used to be that type of person. After I sold my gigantic bag for a big loss, I ended up going to a day trading academy for close to about 5 months last year. And I actually got taught by 7-figure traders. And the day trading academy was not cheap. It cost me thousands of dollars, but I'm 35 years old. I have goals. I have dreams. Being a 7-figure trader sometime in my life is definitely one of those goals. And I said to myself, I'm not going to let Mullen destroy that. And whatever your goals are in life, do not let this company destroy that. But Mullen right now seems like any other typical penny stock on the planet. They do a gigantic reverse split. Then the stock goes to sleep. We have no dilution that is currently happening. Bullish. That's good. The market cap is now on day like number 10 or 11. I honestly don't even know. I think it's 11. I could be wrong. I got to actually make another video maybe tomorrow on it. But Mullen is starting to seem like that bad girlfriend that you just got to let go. And if anyone out there watching this video is in the same boat that just doesn't know about other positions and other stocks, it's very easy to make money in the market. You just gotta you gotta hone some skills. Making millions of dollars in Mullen, probably like honestly, if the Almighty God were to come down right now in my office and say, "Hey, I will offer you $1 million post-tax, or I will offer you to break even on Mullen," which one would you achieve? Because if I break even on Mullen, it's not $1 million. But if I broke even on Mullen, it is definitely over six, a little bit over six figures. I would choose to break even on Mullen rather than taking $1 million, and here's why. I have learned so many lessons in my life dealing with this stock. I have learned about manipulation. I've learned about short manipulations. I learned about the charts. Mullen has made me a day trader and a swing trader, and I'm grateful for that. But I'm also not a greedy person. I would take the ability to break even on Mullen rather than taking an easy $1 million. Because if I took an easy $1 million, I don't learn diddly shit. I really don't. But for whatever reason, if Mullen squeezes, let me refresh. I'm on Stock Titan. If Mullen squeezes, if Mullen drops news today, and they were to squeeze 1,000% in one day, and I take all my available cash, in my Webull account and also in my Robinhood account, if I took all my available cash, I day trade on Webull, I swing trade on Robinhood. If I take all my available cash and I throw it into Mullen, and Mullen goes up in one day, and I break even, I would get down on my hands and knees and I would say, I am so happy just to break even, and I would feel okay to really move on. I say prayers tonight, and for anyone out there who's been decimated by Mullen, I will continue to keep us in our prayers, but Mullen is starting to feel like that ex-girlfriend that you just need to let go. But let's go ahead and do some morning updates, and I don't mean to ramble on. I am kind of a rambler, and I can't believe it's already been like 13 minutes. Hopefully, you people are getting some enjoyment by watching and listening to this video. And if I'm saying something that you just don't want to hear, sometimes the truth is stuff you don't want to hear. And I did not want to hear all throughout 2022 that Mullen was a scam company. Is Mullen a scam company in the sense of producing cars? No, Mullen is not a scam company. They produce vehicles. Mullen is a scam because they're hyped up to being something that they're not. And they are a scam because they had to dilute shareholders to start their company. That's the whole scam about it. People on Reddit that were saying Mullen is not a legitimate company. Mullen's a legitimate company. They are. They are producing vehicles. But the scam is that there's something they're not. Like if anyone listening to this video, you could picture me as some big motherfucker right now in front of a computer screen, right? And I could tell you, I could go ahead and lie my ass off, and I'm definitely not. But I could sit here and I could lie, and I could tell everyone, I am 7 feet tall, I bench press 500 pounds, I have biceps and quads the size of a watermelon, and then if you meet me in person, you're like, wait a second, you're not 700 pounds, you cannot bench that much, you definitely don't have biceps and quads that big. That is the scam of Mullen. They are something that they are not. But they are a legitimate company. They have produced vehicles. Now, are they selling these vehicles? We don't know. Okay, so there's no new news on Mullen. There's no SEC filings, which is weird. It's weird. David Mitchery, of course, has not bought in any shares at all. Yesterday, Mullen ended up hitting a massive new all-time low. The entire market got kicked in the balls yesterday. Pretty much the top of the market pretty much topped. Powell came out. Even though we got a jobless claims report yesterday, economical data, that was actually somewhat decent. It met expectations, but yesterday the market just sold off in the last portion of the day. Let me go ahead and update these pivot levels really quick. Well, actually, hold on. Let me go to the charts. Okay. I gotta hang on one second. Let me go ahead, paste these into a new window here. I want to bring up the charts really quick. I actually have 3 monitors right now, so I gotta play around with this a little bit. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I have not updated these pivot levels, but I will be updating them in real time, which is going to be good. All right, so to go over a recap yesterday, firstly, Mullen ain't doing jack. It's pre-market right now. After hours, Mullen didn't do anything. As you see, yesterday we got no news. Typical, right? No news. Market opened. Mullen ended up getting suppressed. And then the last portion of the day, all stocks went down the last portion of the day. And Mullen just followed the trend of the broader market. Right now, if I were to take a guess on Mullen, it's going to follow the trend. Unless we get news, it's going to follow the trend of the broader market. If I was the CEO of this guy, I would just be so embarrassed. Like, words cannot express. Just absolutely just. But then again, all the stocks that I've been trading are big movers and big runners that are just their CEOs suck. A couple weeks ago, I ended up scalping, day trading Verb, V-E-R-B, multiple times. The stock ended up was going on hundreds of percents of runs, and I ended up scalping 10-15% easily here and there. The CEO's a dirtbag. Absolutely, and Verb is Verb is absolutely just another one too. So the point being is that these CEOs of these companies are just absolutely terrible. Another company that is somewhat like Mullen, which is actually gone from the NASDAQ, MCON, that CEO, that is a whole separate talk. I gotta spend like 30 minutes on that. I actually did take a loss on that stock too. Not as bad as Mullen. That was more so a smaller type loss. Okay, so we got our pivot levels in place. What do pivot levels do? So pivot levels are averages of the previous day. So as you see, the previous day, Mullen went down by just about 9%, 8.93%. Mullen went down. So we are, once again, the all-time low is not a support beam. It is a psychological level. Now, if Mullen breaks the all-time low, does that mean there's a better chance that we go down to the S1? Absolutely. Oh, fuck, man. This is just not good. This is just... Oh, God, if you are listening, I am going to get drunk tonight. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to just tell you what the charts are telling me. The charts are telling me that if we don't get news today, Mullen can easily break the all-time low. Hopefully, the big level is $4. That's a psychological level. The S1, we're probably going to bounce off the S1. But if we don't hold the S1, we're definitely going to challenge the S2. Because right now we're at $4.08. So if we go down by 5%, you're talking about the $3.80 range, which is right above the S2. If we go down by 5%, we're definitely below the S1. But if we go below the S1, the next level is the S2. If we go down by 10%, that would right be below the S2. Now, just because we break a pivot level does not mean we're going to go all the way down. But it tells you the general direction of everything. And, yeah, we need news. We need to really get above. We really need to retake and get above $4.50. That's a big case. I am not a financial advisor. I do not advise anyone to buy shares right now. I am not dollar cost average. I'm not putting any more money in here. I ended up actually rebuying into Mullen at $5.24. Just for the sake, because I'm making videos on Mullen. And honestly, I just did not feel right not having a position in Mullen and covering Mullen. So, that's honestly the reason why. But I mean, I've lost so much money on this stock. In this week, I've made a very decent amount of money with other positions, and it's sad. The overall trend right now is just it's pushing down. These are exponential moving averages. Let's go over to the daily time frame. Each one of these candlesticks represents 1 day. The RSI doesn't even fucking matter, man. Like, the RSI is just like, it doesn't even matter. I talked about this in the past couple of my videos about the Keltner channel. So we broke this white line again. And if you notice, when we break the white line, right now we're just on a horrific downtrend. And it could be short sellers, institutions are just pulverizing us. Mullen has no news. People are just getting out of this stock completely. And I mean, it's not good. In all fair and honesty, it's not good. Like, we broke this line. Today is good. So any time that we break this white line, it's all about the next day. As you see, we broke the bottom band. This is the Keltner channel. The middle line is the Keltner channel. And then you got the upper band and the lower band. The Keltner channel is really good to use when you are investing in stocks and swing trading. Very, very good to use. Anytime that we break the bottom band, we end up pushing back. So we ended up breaking the band. Can we go lower? Yes. Look what happened look what happened 2 weeks ago. We broke the bottom band, and then we closed again, and then again, and then we fell off. So we broke the band at $5.50, and then we ended up stabilizing at $4.22. That's what? That's a $5.50 all the way down to that is a 25% drop. That's fucking pathetic. And then of course we had this gigantic green day all the way back up to $5.50. We need news, and I don't know why Mullen is silent. It is very weird. I am praying, and this is the whole thing. I pray for my enemies. And the reason why that I pray for my enemies is because if good stuff happens to them, then maybe good stuff will happen to me. So I do pray for David, because if something good happens to David, then that means something good that is going to happen to... If David Mitchery becomes a multi-billionaire because someone wants to do something with Mullen, that means we're all going to profit. Yeah, fuck. Whatever. Let him become a billionaire. Something big's going to happen to Mullen. I'm praying that something good happens for David, because if something good happens for David, that means something has to good happen to Mullen. And I'm hoping it does, but this could be a very bad day. I'm sorry, I don't mean to make anyone, depressed and stuff, but the charts do not lie. The charts don't lie. And this is the reason why that I wish I knew about all this stuff back in 2022. Because back in 2022, if I knew about all this stuff, I would have cut my losses so early. But, I mean, we have a gap at $34. Yes, all gaps should theoretically get filled, but we need the right news to squeeze. Without the right news, we do not do stuff. We do not do anything. We just continue this downtrend. So, pray, and, hopefully we get something good today. But Mullen right now is just, it seems like it's going to just sleep. I don't know why Mullen is silent, but they just are quiet. Alright, hopefully everyone has a good day. Keep the high spirits, and, if Mullen drops some type of news, I'll be making a video on it. If not, then maybe at the end of the day, or maybe possibly tomorrow. Wish everyone the best of luck, and take it easy, everyone.